Hello, students. Hope you all are doing well and staying at home. Children, in the last two sessions, we have discussed about some topics of Chapter 2 of Economics, that is, sectors of Indian economy. We have discussed about the introduction of three sectors, comparison of three sectors, rise in tertiary sector, where most of the people are employed, how to create more employment. Children, today we are going to start with the another two classifications of sectors. First, on the basis of organization, that is organized and unorganized. Second, on the basis of ownership, which is private and public. As you all have understood about the primary, secondary and tertiary sector, they are the classification on the basis of economic activity. Today we are going to discuss it on the basis of organization and ownership. So let's start. First we will discuss the classification of economic activities on the basis of organization and their work criteria. In an organized sector, children, the terms of employment are regular, means the workers get regular employment. Formal procedures and processes practiced means they people follow laws, rules and regulations. Security of employment means their job is secured. They get regular wages and their working hours are fixed. The another benefit is that they get provision of paid leaves, medical leaves, etc. But in an unorganized sector, this sector is completely outside the control of government because this sector in our country India is very large and scattered also. In this sector, no formal procedures and processes are followed. Labor does not have any job security. Their wages are also low and irregular. They don't get any other benefit like paid leaves, payment during holidays, PF, gratuity, etc. So, we have seen that the people who are working in unorganized sector are very insecure. Students, here is difference between the organized and unorganized sector for your reference. Now we will talk about how the government can protect the workers in the rural areas and the urban areas. Who are the people who are working in unorganized sector in the rural areas? They are cobblers, small and marginal farmers, weavers, carpenters, etc. How they can be protected? They can be protected by providing loans at low rate of interest, means government can provide them loans at low rate of interest so that they can start with their own. Providing inputs at subsidized rates, means government should provide some aid to the rates. Giving adequate storage and transportation facility. Providing marketing outlets for sale of goods. In urban areas, who are the people who are working in an unorganized sector? Workers who are working in a small scale industry, casual workers at construction sites, rickshaw pullers, rag pickers, etc. They are the people who are working in the unorganized sector and their job is completely insecure. They can be protected by, again, providing loans by the government at low rate of interest, giving support for marketing of output, helping them in procuring raw materials. In these ways, government can help these workers who are working in the unorganized sector. Children, now let's discuss the another classification, that is classification of economic activities on the basis of ownership of assets. First, it is private, then it is public. Private sector. Private sector is controlled and managed by individual or group of individuals. Means they are under the ownership of a single person or a group of persons. It is unorganized and the basic motive is to earn maximum profit. The cost they put is always high. For example, Tata, Reliance, Wipro, they all are private sector ownerships. Next is public sector. Public sector is controlled and managed by the government. It is organized. It works for the welfare of the society and they prefer reasonable costing. For example, Indian Oil, MTNL, BHEL, these are some of the examples of the organizations who belong to the public sector. Children, most of the basic amenities which are required by a citizen of the country are comes under the public sector. For example, if we talk about electricity, if we talk about food distribution system, water, these all things are undertaken by the public sector, because if we put all these things under the ownership of private sector, then the cost will be relatively high and it will not be affordable for the common people. So that is why all the basic needs are generally undertaken by the public sector of a country. Children, that is all for the day. In the next class, we will be meeting with the next chapter. Till then, read at home, stay safe.